What's up, YouTube? My name is Josh. This is another episode of Beard Meets Flavor, and today I'm going to show you how to make the perfect breakfast burrito. You'll be eating these things every weekend, I promise. They're cheesy, they're crunchy, they're creamy, they're gooey, they're amazing. Stick around, I'll show you how we did it. First thing we're going to do, because it's going to take the longest, is we're going to get the bacon started. I've got a foil-lined baking sheet. Pro tip, foil line your baking sheets. That way it makes it easier to clean up. Plus, if you want to save your bacon grease, you can pour it right into a strainer and get beautiful bacon grease. Anyways, bacon, oven, 375. We'll let that roll for a little bit. We're going to go ahead and make our chipotle sour cream. So we got some sour cream. And then we're going to take some of these chipotle peppers, which I don't know if y'all are aware, but chipotle peppers are simply smoked jalapenos. Okay, so that's in a nice adobo sauce. Going to be real smoky. So it's going to complement the bacon, add a nice earthiness. So I'm just going to kind of roll my knife through it because I want this to be nice and fine. And the sour cream, a little tang, it's going to cool it down. It's going to be delightful. Absolutely delightful. Okay, got that. How are we going to do this without making a giant mess? Take my forkity fork. Stir that up. And you'll see we've got this nice little kind of pink sauce. And you could add as much or as little or none as you want. Okay, there we go. So we're going to let that sit up in the fridge a little bit. And then we'll be right back. And we'll start cooking eggs. We'll do this whole thing. And we'll put this massive baby burrito to bed. Bacon, let's check on that. It's coming along nicely. You can smell that nice smokiness sizzling in its own fat. What can be better? We got some heated oil. Got my little temp gun here. We're a little hot, but it'll cool down. Now we're going to put in our hash browns. Want these to be nice and crispy. This is going to give us that extra texture. Boom. Boom. All right, so let those roll for a couple of minutes. We'll flip them. Nice GBD. Salt them. And then we got eggs. And then we're just going to horf down a giant burrito. See you in a second. We got the hash browns. They're working on GBD. See, we got the... and you can pull them when they're a little light because it will continue to cook. Golden brown and delicious. Oh my God. You never watched a YouTube cooking video. That's how you gotta say it. If you don't say it like that, then you're not cool. And nobody will ever like your videos. Okay? So we're gonna cook the other side of these. Go full GBD. Let's check the bacon while we're here. Murph, excuse me. Alright, bacon's where maybe just a couple more. Maybe a minute. I like mine a little chewy. I'm not a crispy bacon guy. Cook your bacon how you want to cook your bacon. We'll see in a second. Hash browns, golden brown and delicious, as you can see with your own eyes. Okay, we're going to get these out. Just going to put these in here, soak up some of that grease. Okay. Turn off this bad boy. Hot oil's dangerous. Now, while they're hot, give them that salt. Okay, so that'll stick. Not like a little pepper on there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, our bacon is also done. So our oven, I've turned off from baking said bacon. And I'm just going to take our bacon and our hash browns. And I'm going to pop them in the oven and just let them sit, because now we're going to cook some eggs. So we're just going to let them sit, stay warm, easy peasy. We'll be back in 2 seconds. I'll show you how to make some damn good eggs. Eggs. I've got 6 eggs. I'm pretty passionate about eggs. I think I make pretty good scrambled eggs. When you're making scrambled eggs, key to scrambled eggs, use good eggs. You know, I think they're for like or cage-free eggs. I think they're like $1 or $2 more than what you're going to spend on like those crappy eggs. And you can tell the difference in the yolk. The yolk's going to be way more like yellow or orange, whereas on those cheap eggs, they're pale and kind of gross. If you can get like farm-raised eggs, awesome. If you can get some chickens, that'd be dope. But so I got 6 eggs. We're running about 3 eggs per burrito here. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cream just for a little extra richness. I'm going to salt. Some people say don't salt before or season before. I do. So there. And then we're just going to want to watch me beat my eggs. We don't want to beat them to death, but we do want them fully homogeneous. Look at that. It's a lovely sound. Okay. Our eggs are thoroughly beaten. I'm going to pop a little bit of heat on this pan here. I'm going to introduce a little bit of neutral flavored oil, some avocado oil. We're going to let this come up to temperature, and we'll make eggs. See you in a second. So we've got our pan. It's up to temp. You want low temp. Don't cook your eggs too fast. Dries them out. You get those big, gnarly, dry, egg chunks that, nobody really likes. And, you can do like Gordon Ramsay likes his eggs super runny. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like my eggs completely cooked, but I like a nice, creamy, almost custardy texture. And the way I achieve that is low cooking and constant movement. So we're just going to kind of keep, as the eggs set, we're just going to keep moving. And if your pan gets too hot, you can take it off the pan for a moment, and you'll know it's getting too hot as if the eggs are setting too quickly. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to finish these up. We'll kind of come back at the end so you don't have to spend, too much time watching me stir eggs in a pan. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, so we're just about done with the eggs. You can see we've got like a very small curd structure, but you can see there's still a little bit, as you kind of spread them around the pan, it still leaves like a trail. So there's still a little bit of moisture in them, which we're good with. They're not runny. They're perfectly cooked. Get back in there, you bad boy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that off the heat. Now we're going to cut some avocado, build some burritos, and we're going to eat. All right, we're going to start with our chipotle sour cream. Nice little base. Okay. And we're going to cheese. We've got mozzarella for the stretch, and then cheddar for the taste. We're going to do I'm going to do like 1.5 here. Little guys. Okay. A little bit of avocado in there. Good. We're burning through paper towels today, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so now we're going to throw our bacon. Nice, smoky, chewy. Okay, good. Eggs. We're running, like I said, about somewhere in the ballpark of 3 eggs. Okay. Make sure we're able to close this guy. I bought the biggest tortillas I could find, and man, do they shrink up once you start putting stuff on there. A little bit of salsa that I made last night. I'll put a link in the description to a video where I made this before, so you can see how to make it, but it's nice, tangy, fresh, bright. Okay, here we go. Heavens help us. They're big ones. Okay, scoop and shroop. Put in our butt here. Gotta have a nice tight butt. My butt's all loose. Okay. Tuck in our butt. All right, burrito's built. Now, final thing, I'm gonna heat up this cast iron pan. We're gonna seal it, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Back in 2. All right, so I'm gonna take the burritos. We made 2. Seam side down on a hot cast iron. No need for oil or any of that good stuff. Okay, it's gonna give us a little extra crisp. It's gonna seal the seam and melt the cheese. So again, we'll be back in just a moment. We got the burritos. Let's see how we got. All right, look at that. So we got a little golden brown. Same thing over here. I'm going to do the back side. That's where the cheese is hiding. So we're going to get that nice and melty. We're almost there. Here we go. Burritos are done. Let's get a cross section for y'all real quick. Look at that. Got your potatoes, you got your eggs, you got your avocado, you got your cheese, you got your bacon, you got them all. You got your, it looks amazing. All right. So we're going to take a photo or two. We'll eat, and then you guys can go make these yourself. We'll see you in a bit. All right, this is what we've all been waiting for. Let's try this bad boy. I mean, the cross section is incredible. You can really just kind of see all the, let me show you this one, because this has got that little cheese baby hanging out right there. All right, so let's give this thing a taste. If you guys have stuck around, we appreciate it. Like, subscribe, consider telling a friend. Comment down below what you think. Maybe what some suggestions of what we should try next time. But for now, let's go ahead and tuck in. Let's let the beard meet the flavor, right? I'm gonna go for that real cheesy. Dang. You can really taste everything. Get that nice brightness from the fresh salsa. You get that little bit of smoky earthiness from the chipotle cream cheese, the chewiness of the tortilla, the cheese, the creaminess of the avocado, the chew of the bacon, the crisp, the crunch of that hash brown. It's a perfect combination of texture and taste. Do yourself a favor. Go make these burritos at home. You'll be carrying you around on chairs like a king, feeding you grapes and fanning you with the fan. Again, if you guys stuck around, thank you. Click this link here to subscribe. Click this link to see how I made that green salsa. We'll see you on the next one.